terms of advice for Harvard Divinity School students, I would say it's okay to struggle. It's okay to be scared. And actually, if you're not scared and you're not struggling, you're probably not really looking at who you are and your life and your future and your past. It's Harvard. I am very, very dedicated to the Divinity School. It was the place for me that was an extraordinary oasis in a world that takes very seriously, medals and trophies and awards and, little badges of honor. I felt like Harvard Divinity School in particular was a place where you could kind of let go into a supportive community that was also extremely rigorous. And you were accountable to yourself and to others, and also really well supported. Because of that, because of the structure of the Divinity School, there's an opportunity to be deeply affected by whatever it is you decide to go after at the Div School. And if you're going to be willing to be deeply affected, you're actually going to feel deeply confused at times. And I guess if I had any advice, it's, trust in the confusion, that there's actually learning in those spaces. And, it's interesting, I think most young people, not just today, but I think in general, want to get somewhere. There's the place that they need to get to. And the truth is, when you get a little older, you realize it's not really about getting to somewhere. It's about how you're going to be. And how you're going to be is actually going to affect wherever you are. If you're feeling confused or lost, or you're feeling like you're headed down one path because you think you should, take a good look, pull back, and say, what do I really want to do? And how do I really want to contribute? And go after that, and it's going to feel, if it's anything like what I went through, it's going to feel funky, like you're riding in turbulence for an extended period of time. You're going to feel lost and confused. It's the classic sort of hero's journey. And at some point, though, you'll find firm ground. You'll find a professor, you'll write a paper, you'll find a book, you'll find a classmate, you'll have an experience. And in that moment, a lot of that questioning will start to clarify, I think. And the reason I say all of this is because as I get, I'm 41 now, so I'm sort of midlife, right? I would really regret if I had tried to push through too fast through the Div School, because I'm a new mom, and I look at my daughter and I think, the things that I really want to teach her are about how to be. I don't need her to earn a ton of awards or badges. It's like, how do you be somebody that can contribute meaningfully to the world? Take the time to fall apart now and ask tough questions while you're young, and especially in Divinity School, because that's where wholeness comes from, is by kind of cracking open, and then you somehow put yourself back together through a process of patience and hard work. And then that wholeness and that cracking open and that coming back together is the foundation then for everything else that matters later on in life. Anything that involves turning toward and paying attention and really listening is exhausting. That's why doing pastoral counseling, being with dying work, which is a lot of ministerial work, being present to homeless, being present to community suffering and pain, even being present to communities that are healthy. To pay attention takes effort. And so developing the musculature to be able to pay attention over time without getting sucked into, too much drama or too much pain, being able to observe without coupling your own stuff. That's what meditation's about, but that's also what great work in the world is about. And so when I work with young people who want to learn something about team building or leadership development, or I work with elite athletes who, for 20 some odd years have been literally on a national team and are at the top of the field, it's all it's all virtually the same. The difference in many ways is like in the weight room. You know, if you've never bench pressed before, you're going to have smaller weights on. And if you've been bench pressing for 20 years, you're going to have larger weights on. So what I've noticed with elite athletes is that their mental acuity, their ability to stay focused, their ability to be present, their ability and willingness to work hard when nobody is looking is much more well developed than somebody 20 years junior who hasn't been doing that.